The code allows basically 3 types of signage. In the Ag Reserve, however, you're not allowed to do internal signage. So the 3 types of signage are external, silhouette, and internal. And to give you some identification of how that works, this is external illumination. If you look at it, it basically means that there's a sign on a wall, and then you put lights against the wall and you flood down on it. And here are some pictures of external illumination. This is allowed in our project currently. And you'll notice that it creates both bright spots. You can flood as much light as you want to on the sign face to create the visibility that you require. It has both hot spots and dark spots. That's external illumination. Silhouette basically means the sign is raised out and then it has lighting in the background and creates this halo effect. In fact, in most journals it's represented as silhouette and halo lighting. And here are some silhouette signs for you to take a look at. Notice that the light is a little bit uneven. It has some difficult reading at times.
Is that allowed?
That is allowed in the Ag Reserve, absolutely. And you'll notice that you also have kind of that halo effect, particularly down here in the sales and leasing. I walked around our office at City Place and just took a couple pictures just so we can identify the different type of projects, different type of signage. And then there's internal illumination. You're all familiar with this because you see it everywhere. This is a standard industry. This is when the letters have lights on the inside. And here, the next slide, these are just a couple pictures. Again, the Barnes & Noble store, this is in City Place, has that sign and that ability to create light coming out of it. And it looks very nice. So the reasons why we want to have internal illumination at Delray Marketplace are pretty simple. It's visible both day and night. The sign is evenly lit throughout. There aren't any bright spots or low spots. There's no shallow. There's no halo effect. And also, it also creates really good legibility. We do have an aging population in this area, and we want to make sure that folks have the opportunity to be able to see the center and be able to understand what's happening both inside and around the center. We're going to use LED lights, a little bit different, and we'll agree to a condition of this. They are energy efficient, less maintenance. And there's also, if you look at most of the internal street signs that happen now, they are these LED lights, and most of the street signs in there are moving to this. We have a traffic study. We have a study that was done that we'll certainly submit to you that this Dr. David Green did talk about internal illumination for street lights. And basically, he said the important part of this is aging population, increased legibility, and most importantly, less maintenance, and it's 90% more energy efficient than doing a traditional sign. Instead of having these lights flooding down, we're now creating this nice little thing in the background. And it's also the industry standard now. We are competing with tents. There's no question about that. The area has some very good challenges. We're excited about what we have. We want to be consistent with every other center that's in the area to have the opportunity to have internal lighting. And the tenants desire this. We want to create some predictability. We don't want this possibility of not being able to have internal lighting in the future. The hours of operation on all side lighting are consistent throughout the code. It's 9 a.m. for the center to 11 p.m., 10 a.m. to 1 a.m., and there are no surrounding impacts. There's no one around here. And I promise to keep this very short. We're continuing to work with the Alliance of Delray and have continued to. They have written a letter of support. The letter of support says, basically, I know Mr. Schulebaum's here. He'll read it into the record, but in essence, he says, we want to have the opportunity to do this, the better lighting, easier for us to see. We want to make this an energetic area, both daytime and nighttime. This is what a channel letter sign looks like. We agree to use channel letter. We are not going to use on the walls an internally lit box, which is what gave these internally lit signs bad names a few years ago. What we're going to do is do these where it's lights inside the signage. We also agree that we will make sure that the luminums are equal to where the silhouette light is. We're not going to crank the lights up, but we're going to keep it consistent with what's allowed. So kind of quickly in summary, if I may, we want to use internal lights. If we don't use internal lights, we're going to end up using external lights, which are going to be these lights being flooded down. This actually has less light pollution. The Atlantic Avenue construction is underway. It's a joint venture of lots of developers in counties, lots of developers in the county have been working on this for a while. And it is a significant project for the area, and it will make this center a draw for the area. The folks in the eastern and western part will be there. This center is on the edge of the Ag Reserve. It's going to attract folks from both sides, inside the Ag Reserve and outside the Ag Reserve. It's also an urban center. It has a grocery store. It has a 16-movie theater, and it has a community amphitheater that we work very hard with the Alliance of Delray. This is a regional area, and it's going to be something really great and special. And what we don't want to have happen is have Delray Marketplace start out as a potential second tier. We want to make sure that's the first tier center. And I appreciate your time.
Thank you.